Thank you for joining this lesson. Remember to subscribe to our channel and to also share the link with your friends. Number 8. Given the points P, -5, -1, and Q, 3, 7, find the equation of a line that is a perpendicular bisector to line PQ in the form y equals to mx plus c, and hence state its y-intercept. So what we're going to do here, we are having a line PQ, the coordinates are given, and we are finding an equation of a line which is perpendicular, or which is a perpendicular bisector to this line. So a perpendicular bisector of a line passes through its center, or rather its midpoint. So we have line PQ and we have the coordinates. The first thing to do here is to get the coordinates of M, the midpoint of PQ. Therefore, we're going to get the first x, -5, plus the second x, 3, and we divide by 2. The first y plus the second y, and we divide by 2. So the midpoint is going to have a coordinate, which is a -5 plus 3, that is 2 divided by 2. We get 1. So -5 plus 3, we get -2. Divided by 2, -1. Then here we have -1 plus 7, which makes it 6. Divided by 2, we have it as 3. Therefore now, the line which is a perpendicular bisector to PQ passes through M, because it bisects PQ into 2. So it has to pass through the midpoint M. -3, -1, 3. Now that we have the coordinates of the midpoint, the other thing to get is the gradient 1, the gradient of PQ. So gradient 1, we're going to get y minus the first y, so 7 minus -1, divided by change in x, so 3 minus -5. So this is going to be 8, because we have 7 minus -1, which makes it 7 plus 1, 8, out of 3 minus -5, making it 3 plus 5, 8. This is equal to +1. Therefore now, we have gradient of the first line, PQ. So the second gradient of the perpendicular bisector to PQ is going to be such that when we multiply the first gradient and this second gradient, we get -1. That is a rule for perpendicular lines. Therefore, the line will have a gradient of -1, now that it has to be multiplied with 1 to give us -1. So now we're going to express our gradient with the given coordinate of a point where the line passes, and we let another point to be xy. So we're going to say our gradient, -1, is given by y minus 3, because it's changing y, so we have let another coordinate to be xy. So y minus 3 divided by x minus -1. So this is going to be -1 equals to y minus 3 out of x plus 1. We cross multiply. This is going to be y minus 3 equals to -x -1. And now when we rearrange this equation, we shall find ourselves having y equals to -x. The -3 goes to this side and finds -1. This one becomes positive. So 3 minus 1, it becomes 2. So if this is the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ, then the y-intercept is going to be, when a line is in the form y equals to mx plus c, whatever constant is at this point gives y-intercept. And according to the equation we have, the y-intercept is going to be exactly 2.